guys, I'm Jessie, and today I am doing a book tag for you guys. I'm a little late on this one, but you know, whatever, I'm late on a lot of things, so it's fine, we're gonna ignore it, we're just gonna go with it. This is the Giving Tag. This was created by Elliot Brooks. I'll leave all of her information in her video down below. She does this every year, and she does it in order to encourage donations to charity. And this year, the charity that she picked to donate to is the Phoenix Rescue Mission. I checked them out. They look fantastic. Their mission says that the Phoenix Rescue Mission is a place of hope, healing, and new beginnings for men, women, and children in our community struggling with homelessness, addiction, and trauma. And obviously, you don't have to donate to that charity. That is the one that she picked. If you would rather donate to a charity that is, you know, local to you or, you know, really has your heart, then definitely do that. This is just kind of a way to spread the word and have some fun doing a book tag along with it. So, without further ado, I will leave, like I said, all the information down below, and you can check out Elle in her tag, which I'm sure if you know who she is, so go on and do her tag. And let's get started with the questions. The first question is, what is a book you would give to everyone if you could? It's funny because I just did a video about like my favorite books that are hard to recommend to other people. So like that's like the opposite of this one. A book that I would give to everybody, actually, that I really love, what is it? Let me grab it. It is The Women Who Run with Wolves, The Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. I love this. My cousin actually put me onto this book, and it's just fantastic. It's got a lot of little, like, short stories, kind of, in it. And everything is about the wild woman archetype, and a lot of us can find something that we relate to in this. And like I said, it's not like fiction, fantasy. I mean, it's definitely more of a nonfiction book, which is something that I don't normally read, but it is so good and meaningful, and like you can always find like super like really good like meaningful passages, and this is one that I like to give as gifts. I actually gave it to a friend as a gift one year for Christmas, so this is one I would give everybody. I love this one. What's a book you couldn't give a rat's hiney about? I love Elle. I love her correct language. Whereas I'm over here telling my kids not to like drop the F-bomb at school. That's a whole nother story. Empire of the Vampire. This year, I actually got it in an Illumicray box and sold it. Because I didn't want it. And I wanted the stuff that was in my Illumicray box. I just didn't care about the book. So I just like listed it and sold it. Like, I read Nevernight and got 50 pages in and just like did not care. So I was just pretty sure with all of the hype and everything around Empire of the Vampire, it just didn't sound like it was for me. Read a couple pages of it and just couldn't get, like, I didn't think I was going to get into it. And honestly, I just didn't want to waste my time reading something that I knew that I probably wasn't going to enjoy. Like, for one, I'm not like the biggest vampire person. Like, just not. They're not my paranormal creature of choice, I guess. But two, Jay Kristoff's writing I have found is not really for me. I do have a couple other books of his to try, but they're all his ones that he wrote in combination with Amy Kaufman. So maybe, I don't know. But so far, that is one that I just couldn't give a rat's hiney about this year. Given that the holidays are coming up, what's a book you hope someone buys for you? Okay, so the new Lord of the Rings illustrated edition, I may or may not have sent like it to my husband multiple times already. Like, hey, have you seen this? Hey babe, look at this one. Like, all the way up to the blatant, like, this is what I want for Christmas. Like, and it's not even expensive. It's like $45. That's the one that I really hope maybe like my husband gets me for Christmas. Other than that, you know, I have a wish list with a bunch of crap on it, but like I don't feel like anyone needs to buy me gifts. Like, you know, other than my husband, he has to buy me a gift because like it's my love language, I think, is gifting. I need to double check that. But, like, I love getting a gift, even if it's, like, it doesn't have to cost you anything. You can hand make me a card, and I'm probably going to cry because I'm so thankful. Like, that's just my thing. I love getting gifts, like, but I like getting gifts that are meaningful. But, yeah, that's the one that I hope my husband specifically gets me, is that Lord of the Rings illustrated edition. I have sent it to him a million times. Like, hey! So it's like, he knows. He knows. Because, you know, you have... He's not a reader, for one, so you have to, like, really let him know what you want. Like, send him the wish list. All right, the next one is, what is a book or series that you have given up on? This year, I gave up on Faithful and the Fallen. I read Malice, and I about DNF'd it. I temporarily DNF'd it for, like, 6 months. Then I went back and I finished it, and it was alright. It just wasn't... for me, I don't think. Like, it was, I didn't love it. It took me a long time to get through it. I just wasn't enjoying myself. And honestly, I don't see myself reading the rest of Faithful and the Fallen. I just don't want to. I have no desire to read the rest of Faithful and the Fallen. I did pick up his Bloodsworn, I think is what it's called, saga. Shadow of the Gods, the very first book. Loved that. Absolutely love Shadow of the Gods. So, I don't know. Maybe if you didn't like Malice too, you'll like Shadow of the Gods. I really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah. But Malice is the one I've given up on this year. For Faithful in the Fallen. Who is a character you wish an author would give more time to? I don't know. Trying to think of an answer different than last year. Alright, so I can think of a few actually. So, all of the side characters in Starsight, we got none of them. Like, we got side characters, obviously, but the original crew from Skyward, we, like, didn't really get anything from them in Starsight. I haven't read Cytonic yet, but I want more of them. Like, that camaraderie. I loved that in the first book, and I'm really hoping that we get it in book 3, because we didn't really get it in book 2. Also, I finished the Where Dreams Descend duology this year. I think House of Cards might be what it's called. Where Dreams Descend is the first one, and then When Night Breaks is the second one, by Chanel Angelis. There was a character in book 1 whose name I cannot remember. He's like a side character, like best friend, like platonic best friend of the main character, and he's a man, and like he's fantastic, and I love him so much. And then we like didn't even get him in book 2. We got like 5 seconds of him. Eros, maybe? Eros, A-A-R-O-S, something along those lines. We didn't even really get him in book 2. And I was real mad. Because, like, I adored him. And, like, there was a lot of characters, actually, in book 2. Like, Canary, we didn't really get much of. Like, any of the Conquering Circus. Like, we lost a lot of characters from book 1 to book 2. And I really wish we would have gotten more of them. Because, like, they were some of the best characters in the book. And I get why they didn't do it. Because, like, locations moved and stuff. But, I wanted them. Like, that's probably part of the reason I didn't like book 2 in that series as much as I really loved book 1. But now I'm just rambling. Any other ones where it's like... Oh, also, I'm not done with the Ember and the Ashes series yet. I've only read the first 2 books. But I want more Helen. Like, and I think we get more of her later on. But I am such a fan of her perspective. Like, for some reason, Helen is the one that I, like, absolutely love. Like, I want more of her perspective. Who's a character that you wish an author would give less time to? Oh my god, I can't think of his name. I read Legend Born. Okay. I read Legend Born, and I already got rid of the book, so I can't look it up. But it's one of the male characters in that book, and he annoys the ever-loving crap out of me. Oh my gosh, what is his name? He's not the love interest, but he's like the love interest's like friend, knight guy or whatever. And then like it feels like there's gonna be like a love triangle with him. Oh my god. And he's obnoxious. Like he growls or some shit. Like he's got like demon blood or something. I don't know. But he annoyed me literally every time he was on page. Like, I was not a fan. I want to say his name started with an S. Seth. But that doesn't sound right. I honestly don't remember the names from that book. Like, other than Brie, I don't remember the names of, like, the male characters. But I just remember he was hella annoying. Like, every time he'd come on page, I'd be like, oh God, this guy again. So yeah, we can do away with him completely. If you had to give up almost all your books, which ones would you keep? I would keep like my special editions, obviously. My like Illuma Crate editions of the Poppy War. I actually just got, ooh, I'll show you. I would keep this bad boy. Okay, I got Cytonic. Look, it don't look fancy, right? But it's signed and personalized, and it has a flying doom slug. So like this is like my treasured possession, and it's numbered, number 935 or something. Like this is my treasured possession. I would definitely keep this one, and like my Illuma Crate Poppy War. And then I have some old Charles Dickens books that are not on this shelf, but they're out in my living room shelf. Like, and a copy of Sailor on Horseback, which is autographed by Irving Stone, but it is the biography of Jack London, and it's one of my absolute favorites. I know it sounds really weird, like it's not something I talk about a lot, but like for one, I used to love Jack London as a kid, and my dad actually got me this copy of Sailor on Horseback, which is the biography, but it's like a special anniversary edition, and it's signed, and then it has extra stuff in the back of it, and that came when he bought it with like newspaper clippings about Jack London. So that one for sure. Number 8 is, what is the best book or bookish thing that you have ever been given? Well, that book that I just told you that my dad gifted me a long time ago, that Sailor on Horseback, is pretty high up there, right? Also, this reading chair. This was a gift from my husband for my birthday. I don't know, it's massive. I've shown it before. So, like, I get a lot of use out of it. So, like, recently, definitely this chair, because it is massive. I can fit both kids in this chair with me and read with them and to them and whatever. So, like, I love that, and it's just so comfy. But, yeah, probably that. And then that copy of Sailor on Horseback that my dad. Oh, what is a book that somebody gave you that you wish that you could give right back? I don't know. None of my friends have ever gifted me one that I hated. Like, because that's what this question comes off to seem like. Like, what's one that, like, it was a gift to you, but you ended up not liking it? I really don't know. Because most of the ones, I like most of what I read. And then most of the ones that I DNF'd and got rid of were, like, not given to me. They were ones that I bought myself. Like Damsel, The Cruel Prince, Throne of Glass. All of those I bought myself. Absolutely hated. Wish I could have, like, erased from my memory. Like, my friends give me good gifts, y'all. All my friends are good book gifters. All my book friends. No one has ever led me astray. I don't know. Okay, so this is kind of taking the question, like, in a different direction. So, my friend Kate at the Literary Apothecary is literally the sweetest, kindest, most generous human being ever. She gifted me, I believe, the 4th edition of the illustrated Harry Potter books. And I absolutely love it. It's, you know, the only one that's out. Is like, I have all 4 of them now. So she gifted me that. So I did turn around and gift her the first one because she didn't have any of them. And I was like, how are you giving these as gifts when, like, you don't even own them yourself? No. So we made that happen. So I had to gift it to her because she deserved it. So, like, that I can think of, like, that's an example, but otherwise, like, not in the way where it's like, they gave me this book and oh my gosh, I didn't like it, because I can't think of any. And the last one is, name a time in a book that a character was given something really meaningful. Oh my gosh, like, we read fantasy, so it's like, they're always given meaningful things. Like I mentioned with Legendborn, she was given this, like, bracelet. And that was I didn't, like, love the book, but I liked the book. But that was, like, one of my favorite scenes is she's given this piece of jewelry that was her mother's who had passed away. And it helps explain a lot of that backstory. And I absolutely loved those scenes in this book. So that one, and then, you know, obviously, I mean, I can't bring out Brandon Sanderson, can I? Like, you know, how Ven was given that earring, or how Shalon was given that sword. Editing Jessie here. So, I was editing this video and realized the last like minute or two just like cut off. Like it was gone somewhere in the abyss. So, we're filming the outro, the end of this video right now for you guys. I answered all the questions, but I just didn't want it to like, boop, end. But yeah, this was such a fun tag. Definitely go check out Elliot and her original video because I just love that this is for a good cause. She does donations every year. If you don't want to donate to like that specific charity, find another one. Put one up on your video that is meaningful to you. Something that is like really important to you and let people know about it. For me, one of the charities that I personally donate to every year this time of year is Toys for Tots. Like my kids and I will go and pick out gifts and do gifts for Toys for Tots. There's also the angel trees. That's something that we tend to do is like adopt a family and do an angel tree. I think it's really important, especially this time of year, but really all of the year it's important to donate and volunteer and just work with charities that are important to you, something that's in your area, or, you know, you don't even have to donate. Just talk about them. Give them some press, and trust me, they will be happy. I actually used to be a volunteer guardian at Lightum. I would work with foster kids and do home visits and go to court. And I absolutely loved it. I actually miss doing it, but it's just too much for me to personally do right now. But it is still a program that's like near and dear to me, so I do what I can. All right, well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Jessie, and I will see you next time. Bye.